Hey, fellow Kotanas, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Copivian, and today we got the St. Louis Blues versus the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit. It's time. This is going to be a lot of fun. Always love playing the St. Louis Blues in this game. They were always a fun team to play, especially when I was playing as the Red Wings. So let's get this game on the ice. And we are ready to go here. That blue and yellow of the St. Louis Blues. So classic. Such a great... It actually is pretty satisfying to see the St. Louis Blues. Of course, I forget who the player was exactly for NHL 2000's cover. But it was a St. Louis Blue that was a cover for NHL 2000. Chelios now. Shot doesn't go in. Detroit is 4 wins to 0 losses, so undefeated to start this season out so far. It'll be interesting to see just how long exactly they can keep that going, because you just never know when an undefeated streak is going to come to an end. And here comes Detroit. No. Offside. Looking to be called, but no St. Louis Blues player will touch it. And it's coming up the ice. 96, Holmstrom on the goal. That was assisted, actually, by Shanahan. I didn't think there was an assist there, but there was. Detroit leads 1-0. And Yzerman is back in the game, back from his injury in the game against... I can't believe I forgot who it was. Florida, that's right. It was Florida that he got injured against. Detroit trying to get something going here. Now under 3 minutes left to go in the first period. St. Louis Blues defense working hard. Oh, that was so close for Shanahan. It almost got in the back of the net. St. Louis now shooting. Doesn't get it in, though. That is one thing that we have seen Detroit do real well, is even when they lose the puck, they are always laser focused right in. Chelios now. Doesn't get it in. At least onside, that is. Offside, any time of the week, any day of the week, it'll go offside. God forbid we actually just play hockey for once. Wait a minute. No, Yzerman doesn't get it in. Oh, the goal, that defense. If they weren't there, that was a goal. He got that pass from the goalie, and he almost got it in. Chelios, no, not getting it in. Would love to see Chelios get another goal. Was always a big fan of Chris Chelios. Shot doesn't get it in. No, still no. And offside, 1:38. We've actually been doing better on the offsides in this game than we did against Florida. You guys saw how that played out, but crazy to think how this is kind of turning about in this game compared to the game against Florida. See how different these teams play each other, even in a game like this. Chelios getting the puck. Can he control it all the way up the ice? He can. It's a shot, and it's off the post, and a goal. 2-0 Detroit. Assisted by Shanahan. Shanahan's second assist of the game. and a minute 2 left to go in the first. And now it's 5 coming up, but it gets blocked. And that was a ricochet. Oh my God. And nice shot there. Doesn't go in, and he will freeze the puck even though he had 2 defensemen around him. Could have easily have kept that puck moving, but they wanted to slow it down just a little bit. But we'll see what happens in the second period, as you guys have probably seen by now the DNA of what happens when Detroit has to go the other way on the ice. It usually ends in a lot more stuff like that, of offsides possibly being called. Not as crazy as what that second period was against Florida, scoring 5 goals, especially after the Yzerman injury, scoring the next 4 goals. Just an explosion. And St. Louis looking to get that puck in the back of the net, but they do not get an opening. And he was going really good there. He almost had it into the St. Louis Blues territory, but the referee saw that he was smoking the ice. So he had to be pulled back a little bit. Yzerman, no. The defenseman blocks it there, and a nice block by the goalie for Detroit. Chelios now able to get it across that blue line into the St. Louis Blues zone, but doesn't amount to anything. And this defense, and they get the puck in the back of the net. Campbell on the goal, assisted by Finley. 2-1, Detroit leads. And Detroit wins another faceoff. That's been a big help to them winning these games. They have been monsters winning those faceoffs, and Chelios, nope, Shanahan doesn't get it in. And he knew exactly where they were going with that puck. Detroit coming back up, but will get called offside. 2:42 left in this second period of play. St. Louis trying to find, and no, Yzerman. Young, an injury to the St. Louis Blues. Yzerman was in that injury-causing situation. Won't stray away from that. Things happen. Yzerman was injured in the last game against Florida by the goalie. This is hockey. This is a rough sport. But it's also a really, really fun and important sport. And honestly, on that note, it's a sport that's really seen a lot more fandom over the last few years. And the growth of hockey has been really fun to see in the 20s. A little awkward in saying that, but basically, the decade does have a name again. Blues don't get it in, and that was a dangerous pass. Can't believe he made that mistake. That was a mental error. But the defense of Detroit shows up again for their goalie. And he will just freeze the puck. Detroit able to hold it and swarming. Blues defense is swarming all over. Shot, good angle on that, but wasn't able to hit it for a goal. That was, oh man. Couldn't have asked for better shot blocking there than what we saw from St. Louis defense. Oh, Chelios. Breakaway? No. Not able to get it in. As we come under a minute in second period play, Detroit still leads by a goal, 2-1. Chelios trying to extend the lead, and he does! Finds the back of the net. Chelios, 3-1 Detroit, and it was assisted by Yzerman. Here we go. Detroit extends the lead and makes it tougher on St. Louis. And the Detroit fans letting the goalie know that they appreciate his efforts. Offside goes Detroit. So 33 seconds left in the second period. Not an explosive period of goals, but it's definitely had its fair share. And St. Louis trying to make it a 1-goal lead again. And Yzerman goes offside. 14 seconds remain. Second period. Chelios had it. And we're just going to chip away the second period with offside. So we may just fast forward to the third period. Who knows? And Yzerman, he had it in the back of the net, but the period ended as soon as it hit the back of the net. 3-1 Detroit here in the third period to start. And 5's coming up ice. Shot doesn't go in. Now St. Louis able to get the defense back there in time. Chelios is coming up ice, but will get called offside. They have to make a compilation of offside calls. I mean, this is ridiculous. I remember the offside being a big-time bugaboo in this game, but this is like buggy. Chelios, he gets it! I believe that is a hat trick for Chris Chelios, and it's the first of the season for Detroit. Shanahan on the assist. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, right there you see it. Chris Chelios, 3 goals in this game. He has the first hat trick for Detroit this season, and it comes at home against St. Louis. We got close to a hat trick with Fedorov as well as Chelios in the last game against Florida, but neither was able to get the goal to give him the hat trick, but it happens in Detroit and St. Louis. That is a lucky call offside for Detroit because the goalie was out of the back of our net. Chelios looking for a strong 4th goal of this game. Chelios has been the leader of the way. Yzerman scores! 5-1 Detroit. 4:05 left and Shanahan on the assist. It's starting to get fun again for Detroit. Chelios. 4th goal? Yes! It's a goal! 4 goals for Chris Chelios in this game. Yzerman on the assist. With 3:56 left, it's 6-1 Detroit. More than likely now the goal leader for Detroit. Looking for... he got a 5th! He needs 1 more and he'll have 6 goals in this game. Chelios is rocking St. Louis in Detroit tonight. Detroit Rock City, baby. Here we go. And it's another goal. 8-1 Detroit. We could have 10 goals in this game, ladies and gentlemen. St. Louis coming up the ice, looking to try and close this gap. Chris Chelios now coming up ice. He has a chance. He could do it. And it's so close. But the backhand not able to get in. Could we have 6 goals in one game from Chris Chelios? Chelios, he's coming up. He almost had it. He almost had it. A double hat trick in this game would be absolutely crazy. 5. It's in the back of the net. 9-1. Detroit. Lidstrom leads the way. Holmstrom on the assist. And now Chelios has the puck. He's coming up ice. He has a chance. He got it! 2 hat tricks in one game for Chris Chelios. 10-1. And it's Shanahan on the assist. Oh my God. I cannot believe it. This third period, well, has blown the second period of Florida's game out of the water. Oh my God. Chelios, a monster on the ice today. And he's looking for another one, and he gets it in. 11-1. Chris Chelios, 7 goals. Lidstrom on the assist. Oh my God. Where is this coming from? Haven't seen an effort like this for a long, long time. This has been amazing. This has been fun to play, and I hope you're having fun watching. Chelios. Oh! Go! Chris Chelios. Holy mackerel. Lidstrom on the assist. 12-1 Detroit. This is a routing in hockey. This is how you rout somebody, and it's 13-1. Iserman. Oh my God. Unassisted. Where did this energy, this burst of energy come from Detroit? The 5th game of the season, and they will go 5-0, or 5 wins and 0 losses, undefeated still, to start this season out. I cannot believe this third period of this game. This has been absolutely insanity. By the way, I know what everyone is thinking as well. If Chelios is able to get that puck in the back of the net one more time, he will have 9 goals, meaning 3 hat tricks. If he's able to do it, it would be quite possibly the best performance I've ever had in this game from not just one player, but an entire team. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've scored some pretty crazy scores in this game before, but this is absolutely crazy. Chelios, he could do it, and he does! 9 goals, Chelios, 14-1. Oh my God! Osgood on the assist. That's the goalie back there. Goalie getting in on the goals today. 14-1 in St. Louis. Nah. Hey, goodbye. Jeez. And an injury to Shanahan quells the excitement a little bit. But 14-1 in this game, that is good. That has to go down in history here on YouTube. That has to be one of the craziest scores of all time in a Let's Play of a game, let alone a sports game, especially a hockey sports game. That is just insane numbers. 9 goals for Chris Chelios in this game, and that is... well, that's going to be an interesting way for St. Louis to finish it off and offside there, but this game comes to a whimper of an end for St. Louis, but an explosion from Detroit. 14-1 Detroit with the score to end all scores in this hockey season of NHL 2000. Here we are. So, of course, Anaheim played New Jersey, and New Jersey gets the victory 5-1. Florida and Toronto tie 4-4. San Jose and the Dallas Stars played each other. and it's a 2-2 tie there. So a lot of ties to begin this season for these teams. 6-4, the Avalanche beat the Bruins. 5-3, Edmonton over the Hurricanes of Carolina. Calgary Flames, the first time I've seen the Calgary Flames this season. I haven't gone through on every video I've done so far. I haven't gone through and seen every score from around the league, but this is the first time I've seen Calgary, and they fall to the Vancouver Canucks 5-3. Can't wait to renew the Detroit Red Wings and Calgary Flames rivalry when we get to play them at some point in this season, I'm sure. And it will be Philadelphia at Detroit. That's going to be a whole lot of fun to start that doubleheader off in the weekend. So for now, I thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and shoot that puck towards that thumb button and score a like on it. Go ahead and assist over to the subscribe button and come join us over here for more awesome videos. And if you want to leave a comment down below, go ahead. I always love reading from your guys' playbooks. Aside from all that, always remember to imagine your dream, create your happiness, and live your life on the edge. And I will see you in that next episode. See ya.